Today's video is brought to you by Oxido LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxido LED lighting, and here is some after Oxido LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxido LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. In today's episode we are heading back to the hot rod shop, well, because the 32's done, and we're going to bring her home. So without further ado, let's get over to the hot rod shop. Alright, so there she is, looking spectacular as always. Right next to a couple other glorious pieces of American muscle. And this little guy here, that's Glen's. That's the guy who owns the shop. That's his ride. And this 55 is one they're putting one of those fancy motors in that we looked at the other day. Let's get inside and see what they got for us. Well, put some paint on her since we were here the other day. Looking good. It'd look a lot better in the S10. I'd like to take a couple of seconds to interrupt today's video to make an announcement. The 612 merch store is officially open for business. As you can see, I am wearing a design now. This happens to be the first design of the launch, and this one is extra special to me because, well, not only is it the first design that we're doing, but it also happens to be a photograph of my grandfather in the late 40s pumping gas at a filling station he used to work at in central Minnesota. We also have hoodies, joggers, leggings, stickers, t-shirts of other varieties, coffee cups, stainless steel tumblers, the list goes on and on. We have 3 designs currently available for you, and now until the end of the year, every Friday we're going to be adding a new design, so you're going to want to check back to see if there's something else that has captured your eye. The links and everything for that store are going to be down below in the description, so make sure you check those out. Now back to the program. Alright, so we got the paperwork done. We're going to follow this thing home and admire its beauty. And then we'll take a little walk around it when we get there. Oof. Sure sounds good. Sure sounds good. Alright, we gotta get going. But we're gonna follow and check it out. Well, we made it back from the speed shop with the Roadster, and unfortunately the guys there were super busy today, and we just ran in, picked it up, and got out of there. But I did want to take a couple of moments to walk around the vehicle with you and explain what the guys did while it was in their care. So like I mentioned, the vehicle was built 20 years ago and was only driven approximately 1,000 miles in that time. So everything is fresh and new, but yet when things sit for a long period of time, seals and gaskets and rubber stuff can dry up and crack and cause leaks. And if you're unaware of those things, say brake lines or anything like that, well, if you're unaware of them and you're out on the road, it could leave you stranded. So that was one thing we did not want to have happen. So we had them go over everything as far as a basic service. Check all the fluids, make sure that all of the hoses and everything were current and up to our standards. They took the wheels off, they checked all of the wheel bearings and the spindles and everything in there. Brakes, they just want to make sure, like I said, that they are all up to our specifications, and we want it to be safe. They went over all that stuff underneath real good. They just kind of made sure everything was in full working order. Now, we did have the vehicle inspected, and it did get its stamp for, drumroll please, the NSRA Safety Inspection Certification. And now that we have that on there, that's also a helpful thing as far as when it comes to selling the vehicle and getting it titled or transferred into, say, another state or something where you might have to have some of that stuff checked off, as far as seat belts and handbrake, horn, turn signals. All of those things are basically what they look for. And if you have those, you know you're good to go. As I mentioned earlier, with things drying up, hoses, belts, and that kind of thing, that also goes for tires. Now, these tires are original to this build, so they are 20 plus years old as well. And, well, they're going to start to break down over time. If you look at the sidewalls, they're beautiful. There is no cracking, no checking, nothing in the treads, nothing on the sidewalls. All four look brand new, but these rims are very expensive, and we don't want to take the chance cruising down the road having one of them go out on us, causing some damage to the rim or to the vehicle itself, leaving us stranded, something we don't want to have to deal with. So we have a new set of meats for this bad boy here. These are a Coker radial tire, and they look like the old bias tire, and we're gonna have to run a tube in them, unfortunately, just because of that rim and the style of tire that they are. And basically it's period correct that way also. So these things are going on. I've got a box of tubes here and those things sitting there, so I'm just waiting for the call to get them in, and we will get those swapped out. We do have to find a kind of a specific tire changing operation or outfit that can handle those. Basically, we want a tire changer that's not going to touch the rim at all. Those are magnesium, and they're pretty fragile, really. It's lighter than aluminum, it's stronger than aluminum, but it's also a little more fragile. So we just want to be very careful with those. Like I said, 20 years ago plus, those were $2,000 a piece. Now they're even more. I've seen sets of 4 sell for 20 grand, believe it or not. And especially the vintage Haller brand with the center lock is a pretty spectacular thing to have. So we just want to make sure we don't wreck what we have, and if it takes us a little time to find the right place, well, that's what it's going to take. We're not going to screw that up. Well, that's going to wrap her up for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you've made it this far in the video, please go ahead and hit that subscription button, the notification bell, leave a comment, a thumbs up, any of that, and all of that is super helpful and is very greatly appreciated. Also, check out the links down below for my Instagram and for the merch store. As always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.